Hello everyone, today we have new video review, and as you can see this time we are going to check release from Miniart. It is molded in 1/35 scale, it copies TACAM T-60, it's Romanian tank destroyer, and this is also interior kit, so we will have some internal detailing as well, and this is a commercial sample, so it means you will get exactly the same stuff as what you will see in this video review. So, first of all, I can say that box is standard for kits from this brand. Here you can see comparison with my hand. We have quite nice box art here. Also some features are written here. So there are 3 decal options. Also we have the P parts as far as I can guess. And now we are going to take a look at the side. So here you can see those 3 marking options which are included into this kit. Not that much of diversity, but still, I mean, you are free to search for some extra markings, or maybe to do some what if marking as well. Here we have some information about the kit, also address of the manufacturer if in case you would like to visit Miniart. And now we are going to open it and take a look at what is hidden inside. So of course whole box is full with sprues. I mean, that's a traditional, let's say, feature of the Miniart kits. So as you can see, all frames are packed into the same plastic bag. So if you have a chance to check everything before the purchase, I would recommend to do this. But keep in mind that you won't be able to open this plastic bag because it is sealed. And also on the bottom we have assembly manual, but of course we will check it a bit later. I would like to start with this stuff. So just give me a second. Here I would need scissors, and now I need to find them because I did not have them on my table. Just give me a second. Okay, so we are going to open it now and take a look at all those parts. In the meantime, I would like to remind you that you can support us financially. It is quite easy to do because we have special donate button on our website. And it is done via PayPal, so of course you decide how much we will get, and all this money will be used in order to develop our YouTube channel, develop our website, and to bring you a bit more detailed and modern reviews. So I would like to start from bottom to the top, so we are going to start with this small envelope. Here it is. Usually here we get P parts, and I guess here there is no difference, so we get this unpainted PE thread. As you can see, it looks quite nice. And here we have various parts for external and internal detailing, but keep in mind that some of these pieces are really small, even though this is a 1/35 scale, so you will have to use tweezers, either you want it or not, because otherwise it won't be possible to apply these parts into the right spot. Next, here we have decal sheet, and now I'm going to zoom in a bit. These come from Decograph, printing quality looks quite nice, and I do not see any possible issue here. We even have some stencils included, so it's just a matter of careful application and you will have quite nice result. Next we start with grey plastic sprues. So first one is dedicated to hull parts, so as you can see these are side panels, and they are molded on their own frame. We have detailing both outside and inside because this is an interior kit, so there is no surprise in this, I would say. Next we go on with connection of 2 sprues, so just give me a second. Here they are. Let's zoom out a bit. Or actually we will check them one by one. So here is one with drivetrain parts. As you can see, this kit will include engine, and I would recommend to think on how to open it on your model, how to display it on the finished kit, because it will be worth it. This kit packs quite detailed engine out of the box. Here we have various interior parts. These look quite nice as well. I mean, I don't have anything to complain about here. Molding quality looks fine, so it's just a matter of careful painting and you will have a really impressive result in such small size. Even though this is a 1/35 scale, this model is based on T-60 kit, so you can guess the final size of this kit. Next we have similar frames, so 3, then we have 3 more, 3 more, and here we have another 2 frames. So in total we have how many? 11 sprues with separate track links. Of course I will show you only one because there is no need to show the same parts one by one. Just give me a second. Straight away I can say that we do not have any assembly jig included here, so if you would like to build this, you have to be careful and you have to do or to invent your own jig, because otherwise it will be quite a tricky process. Here you can see these track links closer, so those are quite nice details, I mean parts, and I do not see any possible issues except of the assembly process. It will be tedious, I mean we can admit it, but that's the price we pay, that we do not get the vinyl parts, and I would rather prefer this instead of vinyl parts, because we all know how funny it is to work with vinyl elements. Next we have 4 plastic frames with road wheels, so again I'm going to show you only one out of those. Here it is. So I guess those road wheels will have to be assembled out of several parts. Here you can see them from the other side, and T-60 is not that complex in the design of the suspension, so I don't think that it will be really difficult to have all those elements packed together, but be ready to paint all those parts. Next we have this type of sprues, there are 3 of them. So here we have various ammo boxes, and you can see also ammo included here. It is really cool that we have them as a separate parts, so you can use it, for example, by placing on the hull or placing somewhere else. I mean, there are a lot of ideas which you can implement with such parts division, so it's a separate advantage of this kit, let's say. Next we have another plastic sprue. This one is dedicated to hull parts, so again we are going to show it one by one. Here you can see the top cover, and this part usually gets slightly bent because of the tight packaging, so be careful and check it if you can. Here we also have some other panels. Of course all hatches will be openable, so you can position them open and place some figure there if you have one. Here we have bottom panel, the side skirts, the towing cables. Those ones I would rather replace with metal wire, because it will be a really difficult procedure to separate all this stuff without breaking thin plastic. So keep it in mind and act accordingly. I mean, I would rather recommend to use metal wire straight away. Here you can see this hull floor from another side. We have escape hatch here. And also here you can see the top panel. This one looks quite plain, but I guess all additional features will be added with help of separate parts. Okay, next we have again the same types of sprues, so I'm going to show them only one out of them. So here it is. There are 3 of those sprues, and manufacturer included here various storage boxes. We also have the drive sprocket parts. As you can guess, drive sprockets will have to be built out of separate pieces, so again be careful with alignment and you will get a really nice result. Next we go on with this tiny sprue. This one is dedicated to the, let's say, one of the parts of the main hull, and I guess it won't be difficult to install it into the right spot. Next we go on with 2 identical frames. Those ones I guess are exclusive for TACAM version, so you can see that we have some pieces for the SPG gun. And I would say that this SPG gun, it makes a kit on its own, so it's really detailed. And that's really cool, because you can think of some additional ideas. Here we have another plastic sprue. This one again carries parts for the TACAM version. Next we go on with thin frames, because TACAM had these frames for the tarp, so be careful with them, and maybe it will be worth thinking on how to replicate all this stuff with metal wire, because you will be able to replicate various damage on the metal wire. With plastic parts it will be a bit more difficult, and also separating those parts will be a bit more tedious, I would say. Here we have again some of the hull panels. Here we have front and rear. Here we have some of the side panels. Nothing special here, you can check them from another side, but nothing special in a good sense. Next we go on with 2 identical frames. Those are dedicated for the ammo boxes, because TACAM had the ammo boxes in the fighting compartment. So here we have ammo and the boxes which should be built out of separate panels. Really good addition. I mean, it will be handy for some ideas on how to make your build a bit more realistic. And final grey sprue, actually not final, because here we have two plastic frames with idlers. And final grey plastic sprue, now it is final. It is the biggest in this kit and it features mix of various parts, so we're going to zoom out a bit. Here you can see that we have various pieces of the interior, as well as, for example, here ammo racks, we have parts for the main gun. Again, we have this new top cover, because for the TACAM you will have to use this part instead of the standard T-60 top cover. And also here we have new side skirts, which were also employed on the TACAM. So we can basically say that this sprue is special for the TACAM. You won't get it in the T-60 kit standard versions. And that's why it might be interesting for those who would like to get an unusual vehicle. Now we can move on to the assembly manual. So this one is printed in form of typical Miniart brochure. We have color printed format, just to gain, once again, it is interior kit. So here we have parts map. Next we have the assembly of the ammo boxes. It's a separate manual, I'm not sure why. Next we continue with assembly of the main hull, so we start with drivetrain, we assemble the driver's seat, we assemble the engine here. Next we continue with installation of all this stuff on the lower, actually the hull floor. We continue with radiators, side panels, then we install various parts for the fighting compartment. Here we use the new top hull cover and also road wheels and various suspension elements. Then we close everything with those separate panels and also install the ammo boxes. And by the way, for each track you have to use track link, you have to use 86 parts, so it's quite a funny time ahead. Here for side skirts you have to use PE parts, there is no other option, so keep it in mind. And the same goes for another side. Next we start working on the main gun. It will be also quite an interesting procedure, because as I said, that's a kit on its own, so I would recommend to paint it and weather it separately from the tank and then to unify it somehow with washings and maybe filters. Next we continue with more of PE parts. Here we work on the rear compartment, and here you can see this, let's say, cage which is installed on the top, so it will be up to you if you would like to copy it with plastic parts or you would like to copy it with metal wire. Here we have first marking option, which comes from Romanian Army Autumn 1944. And this one is from February 1944, and this one from August 1944. So again, 3 marking options in total, but that should be more than enough for out-of-the-box build, and if you would like to have more, nobody stops you for searching for some reference photos, of course. And I will be happy to hear your opinion about such kit. Would you rather build simple T-60 or this, let's say, more developed version? Write it here in the comment section below. If you like this video, don't forget to press the like button, because it helps us greatly. And I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for joining me today, and bye!